I said, my name is Brittany Finley. I work at the Pulaski County Extension Office as well. I'm actually a 4-H agent, so I work with youth mostly. But what I'm doing today is I'm going to talk to you all about budgeting and meal planning for trying to hit your fruits and vegetables and dairy and meats and things like that every day. Of course, right now is a economically hard time for everyone. So going to the grocery store and picking out fruits and vegetables that are expensive is going to be harder than to go pick out something that's less expensive that you know you're going to be able to feed whoever's at your house that day. So some of the things that we're going to talk about is how to grocery shop. How many of you go grocery shopping weekly? I don't even go grocery shopping weekly. I go about every 2 weeks. And I try to get as many meals that I can for about 2 weeks or things like that. And what I do is I try to sit down on a grocery list and compile meals that I'm going to be making. And when I do that, I try to look at the nutritional value. I do have 2 small children. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And so I really try to look at what they are going to eat, but it's also going to be very nutritious for them as well. Some of the things when looking and going to Kroger, I got some material that I gave to you all is actually from Kroger, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But when you look, if you shop the perimeter of the grocery store, which is the outer linings, it's where you're going to find the most healthy food. Of course, you know you always pay for convenience. So all these small pre-packaged Kraft macaroni and cheese are going to be very much more expensive than, say, a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese that you actually put in the ingredients yourself. So always shop the perimeter. That's where you're going to find your fruits and vegetables. That's where you're going to find your breads, the meats, different things like that. Once you start getting in the middle and getting at eye level, that's where Kroger and Walmart put the most expensive stuff. So your chips and all of that stuff is going to be more expensive, and so you're going to run your grocery bill up a lot higher than what you would if you stay around the perimeter of the store. When you're buying produce, potatoes, apples, grapefruits, oranges, anything like that, if you buy it in a bag, it's cheaper. Once you start, say you only have 4 apples, well, they weigh them by the pound. And so they're going to be more expensive than if you just say you buy a 10-pound bag of apples to keep. Anything like that. Always shop for things that are in season. Of course, we're in the springtime, so you're getting into strawberries, but I don't know if any of you like strawberries. If you try to buy strawberries in the wintertime, they're $4 and $5 for a very small pack of strawberries. And if you look at it, they have gigantic strawberries in there because they want to fill the least amount of strawberries in the smallest container, but they're charging you the highest price for them. So right now, watermelons are getting ready to come into season, and watermelons are very, very high in water, but they are a great fruit to use for kids and things like that. So always try to shop what's in season. If you desperately just love oranges and it's not during the season that's going to be cheaper, you can always buy the mandarin oranges that are in the cans. So you can always go to the cans and look for fruits and vegetables that way that is going to be cheaper. If you choose juices, they do have juices that have no added sugar. And so that's what Miss Brenda was talking about, is that once you get into the fruit juices, it has lots of added sugar in there. And so you're taking up your calorie intake with sugar in a drink, which doesn't fill you up at all. You still have to eat, and you're going to get more of the sugar whenever you eat things like that. Bagged lettuce and those little salad bags that you get that already have carrots in them, some of them have spinach in them, which is a dark vegetable, which is very, very good for you. Those are really good. They're very inexpensive. They feed a family of 4 or 5, can eat a salad at dinner or something like that. So that's a very good way to cost effectively have a salad at your meal for that afternoon. When you're buying grains, since wheat has become such a popular thing, you can get bread for 99 cents. It's an off-brand. Always buy off-brands. It's just like if you've ever paid any attention to the pharmacy when you go in to buy Advil, Tylenol, anything like that, the off-brand has the exact same active ingredient as a higher price brand. And it's the same way with food. Off-brands have the same thing. You may not personally like the taste as much, but they have the same ingredients in it. Oatmeal, I know we talked about oatmeal. Buying the prepackaged oatmeal, it's very convenient, but you pay for that convenience as opposed to buying the big tub of oatmeal and just cooking it yourself. Because, I mean, I know that everybody's busy and we have lots of things that we have to do, but when you're on a budget and you're looking for cost-effective ways, that's the best thing to do. Cereals, if you look on the bottom, the cereals in the bags, the exact same thing. An off-brand, $3 cheaper, and it's the exact same cereal. It may not be Fruit Loops, it may be Fruit O's, but it's the same thing, and it generally does the same, gives you your grains and things like that. Wheat pastas is another thing. It's very hard for me to kind of push wheat pasta because I think it tastes horrible, but it is healthier for you. And it's a way to get some more grains in there. So if you try it with spaghetti or fettuccine or something like that, you're going to get more money for the meal that you make because you get a plate of fettuccine Alfredo or spaghetti or things like that. Some people put it in chili. Then you have the grains in there, and then what you don't eat you can take to lunch tomorrow or take for something else the next day. Meats. I know a lot of people struggle with buying meats, but some of the things to look for is whenever it is pre-packaged and ready to cook meat, say it says barbecue ribs on there and it's got all the barbecue in it, well, how hard is it to buy a pack of ribs, put the barbecue on yourself? So you're paying for that convenience when it's really not worth it. You can do it yourself. Ground beef, if you look and it says 90% lean beef, if you just drain out the other 10%, it's the same as getting lean meat that says 95%. They're just doing a little of the extra work for you, so it really doesn't make any difference. And of course, whenever you brown ground meat and things like that, as long as you drain the grease off of it, it's not going to hurt you. Anything that you can use canned, tuna, chicken, things like that. I know that we use canned chicken a lot in soups and different chilies and things like that if you want to make a turkey chili instead of using ground beef. It's always going to be cheaper to use anything in a can because it does have more preservatives in it, but it is cheaper. And like I said, soups, chili, stews, spaghetti, anything that you can make in abundance and then you can eat it for a couple days is the way to go, especially if you're busy and you don't have time to go home and cook every afternoon when you get home. The milks, of course, we recommend that you drink 2%, the off-brand, the Kroger brand of milk or the Walmart brand of milks. Aldi's is a great place to go shop for your groceries and things like that. If you are cooking something and you have to use milk, if you use powdered milk, it is less expensive and it's the same thing. You're going to add the wet stuff to the whatever you're cooking, but it does the same thing and it's cheaper. So if you keep like some dry powdered milk on hand for just cooking purposes, then you can actually drink the milk or eat cereal with the milk or yogurt and things like that. So I have a few things on your table that we're going to look at, and the activity that we're going to do today, the Kroger weekly ads that I showed you right here, this is actually what's on sale this week. And I don't know if you know the 10 for 10, a lot of times during Kroger's you can buy in bulk and get things for $1 as opposed to $1.50 each. So I have beverages, I have all the food groups printed out here for you. And we have given you two handouts. One of them is menu planner, and this is something that you can use just so you can jot down what you like to eat, what your family likes to eat, and then you can make your grocery list from that. And that's for you to take home. The thing